All right, welcome back. Episode 8 of the ICT Mastery Mentorship. In this episode, we're going over fair value gaps and fair value in general. Now, fair value gaps. So we're going to establish fair value gaps. Fair value gaps, okay, it's a 3-candle pattern. So just think of it being 1, 2, 3, all right? This right here, from here to there, is your fair value gap. Probably like, okay, all right, this is fair value gap, but now what? We're gonna actually go into context of what it is. While I'll be explaining the anatomy of it while I go over it. So we have two types of fair value gaps. You have bullish fair value gaps and bearish fair value gap. Okay, a bullish fair value gap is formed when price is spooling higher or moving higher at an extreme rate, and then a bearish fair value gap is when price is selling off very fast. Okay, so we have two fair value gaps here. Let's go over. We have a bearish one here, and then we have a bullish one here. Now, what do you see occurring with these candles? What is something you notice? Like, if we just delete this, what is something you notice? Like, between these three candles right here, 1, 2, 3. What do you notice in that little range? If you said that this candle has like a void or like a gap in between these two candles, then yeah, you're right. Because if you look from here to here, and if you notice that's where I drawed it at, there's like a void right there. There's like a imbalance. There's like a inefficiency. I can't really say. It's like there's too much of one side. Okay, and that's what a fair value gap is. Whenever a fair value gap is created, okay, that means So for example, we have BISI and SIBI. Okay, let me explain now. BISI and SIBI. A BISI is a bullish fair value gap in terms. Okay, BISI is a bullish fair value gap, and a SIBI is a bearish fair value gap. But those abbreviations aren't just for cool names. It's literally not just a cool name. It actually holds a lot of meaning. Okay, so a BISI, BISI, which is a bullish fair value gap. So we're gonna mark this as bullish. If I can even type bullish, bear. Oh my god, I can't type. My caps lock is on. Yeah, I can't type. Hold on. Let me log in. Okay. So a BISI is a bullish fair value gap, okay? For shorter terms, that's what a BISI is. It's a bullish fair value gap. Now, what this means is, what does this mean, BISI? It means a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, okay? Just think, what do you think those three words mean? Like, what does that mean? Like think of the term and the meaning of each word, and what do you think that means? Just when it comes to the market, okay? Just think. I'll give you like a couple seconds to think. What this means is when you hear SIBI or BISI, okay, first we're going to go over BISI, then we're going to go over SIBI, which is, a bearish fair value gap or the opposite of a BISI. A BISI, like I said, it's a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. What that means is there's too many or there's too much buy side, okay? So there's a influx of buy orders, okay? Whenever you see a fair value gap created from from the first candle's high, right, to the third candle's low, in between that range there was a heavy influx of buy orders, okay? What that means is there was no sell side offered within that range. Within that range here, there was no sell side being offered. None at all. Right here, there was no sell side at all. So if I write that out again, okay, let me grab the text thing again. Just give me a little minute. Set it to 24 or 32, just make it a little bigger. Buy side imbalance, right? Sell side can I spell wait, am I spelling that right? Inefficiency. Yeah, inefficiency. Whatever the word is, I forgot to spell it. But it's buy side imbalance, sell side, I said but it's sell side inefficiency. Going over this again. That means there was so much buy side, okay? That means when we say buy side imbalance, that means the buy side and sell side is imbalanced. There's so much buy side to where no sell side can be offered, which creates a inefficiency on the sell side, okay? And same thing with a SIBI, okay? SIBI is a bearish fair value gap, okay? Or a down fair value gap, or up fair value gap, whatever you want to say. But a SIBI is a down fair value gap, and a, BISI is a up fair value gap. So for a SIBI, It's instead sell side imbalance. Okay, sell side imbalance. Okay, buy side inefficiency. Very simple. I forgot. You know, I'll try to spell it for you. Is it Hold on. I might be a little slow. Wait. Inefficiency. That's a word? No. Right. Oh, okay. Right there. Yeah. So sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. Okay. What this means is, right? And this refers to this right here. This would be a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. Some people try to confuse this term, but it's not confusing at all. This is a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. Okay. And it's a 3-candle range pattern. I'll go over the actual pattern, but I need to tell you what the meanings are and the lore or the secret behind this, or like what's actually going on when this pattern is created. So when a bearish right gap is created or a SIBI is created, what's happening is there's so much sell side that there's been no buy side offered, okay? That's why it's saying sell side imbalance, telling you that there's so much buy side, there's so much sell side that buy side was never offered. There was no buy side offered here whatsoever. None. Within this range, there was no buy side offered. Just strictly sell side, okay? So that means there was way too much sell side for buy side to even offer, okay? If I want to make it simple, I'm not gonna, throw all those words in there, right? What I'm gonna say is 100% of sell side, right about there, while 0, okay, 0% of buy side, okay? That's what a fair value gap basically is. It's 100% of sell side, a SIBI, okay? There's SIBI and there's BISI, or there's bullish fair value gap and bearish fair value gap. Bearish fair value gap is SIBI, okay, which is sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. And a bullish fair value gap is a BISI, which is a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. But this one here is a bearish fair value gap and or a SIBI. Knowing that, okay, like I just explained here, there's so much sell side, right? That 0% of buy side was offered. There was no buy side. When I say none, I mean none. Nullified. There's null. Nothing. No buy side here. Within this little range right here, there's this range I created. If I mark it as fair value gap, within this bearish fair value gap, or this SIBI, there was 100% sell side being offered. There was no buy side there whatsoever. None. Okay? And same thing with a bullish fair value gap. Okay, it's just the terms reversed. This fair value gap here, bang. Okay, you're probably like, what the heck is a fair value gap? How does it form? You'll learn about that in a minute, but I need to go over this because some people don't explain this. They'll just teach you what a fair value gap is, but they really don't know what it is. So this instead will be okay. Let's copy this word so I don't have to spell it again. I look retarded. Okay, buy side imbalance. Okay, sell side inefficiency. So there was 100% of buy side being offered. Let's drag this possibly, down here. So that means there was 100% of buy side being offered and there was 0% of sell side being offered. Within that range there, right there, there was 100% buy side being offered. That means there was way too much buy side, which created an inefficiency or a fair value gap, a bullish fair value gap. Okay? So whenever there's too much buy side, you will see it in the form of a bullish fair value gap. Okay? Which means that there's no sell side being offered within that range there. Within this little range here, there was no sell side being offered. Right there. Within these 3 candles in this range here, there was no sell side being offered. And what price will do is price will come back into these ranges, okay? So now we're going to go to the next part of the depths of fair value gaps. Price, remember in the first couple of episodes, I talked about 3 things, okay? 3 rules that price always does. It's going to rebalance to equilibrium, okay? Rebalance imbalances, and there was one more I said. I completely forgot. There was one more I said. But yeah, I completely forgot. There was one more I said, but it's in the video somewhere. If you watch from episode 1 all the way up to episode 8 now, you will see that I talk about 3 things. Price is always going to be rebalancing imbalances. It's going to be rebalancing to equilibrium, And there was, oh, and it's seeking liquidity. Okay, yes, seeking liquidity. I remember. It's seeking liquidity. But the third rule is price is always going to be rebalancing imbalances, okay? And like I said, if you were watching, I said the word imbalance over 20 times, okay? An imbalance is basically, this right here. This is an imbalance. It's a bullish fair value gap, okay? Or a BISI, okay? So there was no sell side being offered here, but strictly buy side being offered here. What price is going to do all the time is it's always going to be refilling imbalances, okay? So whenever you see an imbalance get created, always know that price is going to fill it. It has to, okay? Because it has to offer fair value. Whenever it rebalances into a imbalance, okay? When we say rebalance, okay? When we say rebalance, we mean that price is retracing or refilling that void of one side of the market. Okay, because here in that range again, what side of the market was being offered? Strictly buy side. Was there any sell side? Nope, no sell side whatsoever. So understanding that, right? Price has to come back to here and offer sell side. It has to. Did it come back to it and offer sell side? Yep. Yep. It did. It did. So basically, think of this range of I can't really explain it, but think of it as you have two bags, right? You have two bags. One bag is full of cotton or full of whatever. It can be full of, I don't know, snacks. And the other bag isn't. Okay. That other bag that isn't full, you can call that a void because there's nothing in there. But with the other bag is snacks, has so much stuff in it. Okay, but the other bag on the other hand, it don't got nothing. So you have to put something in the other bag to make things balanced, right? Because for example, if you're getting groceries out of the car or carrying groceries, taking groceries in the house, if you have too many bags on one hand or one side of your body, you're gonna tip over. You're going to tip over. If you have, I don't know, two bags on your right hand, right, and you have five bags on your left hand, aren't you gonna lean more to the left side of your body because there's way more bags that are clearly and obviously more heavy than the other two bags of groceries that you have in your right hand? Exactly, it's the same thing with price. Whenever price offers too much of one side of the market, it will, not has to, it has to and will offer the other side of the market within that range. So it will come back into the range and rebalance imbalances, okay? In a fair value gap, which is this range here, or this range here, both of these are fair value gaps, it has to come back into it and fill it, okay? It has to fill it. I hope that's understood by now. I really hope that's understood. I tried my best to explain it. But price is always going to be rebalancing imbalances, and these are forms of imbalances, okay? There's way more imbalances, there's way more than just fair value gaps. But this is a type of imbalance, okay? There's volume imbalances, there's fair value gaps, there's what is there? There's even way more. There's liquidity voids, there's opening range gaps. There's so many imbalances in the market, okay? Whenever you look at a stock, you see like something like this, right? If I have a candle here and I have a candle all the way down here, do you see that see that little range there? That's a little weird, isn't it? There's too much sell side being offered there to where there was no like fluctuation of orders in between that little range there. None at all. It was just nullified. There was nothing there. Okay? So that is what that is. Now we're gonna go over the creation of a fair value gap, okay? So we're gonna go over bullish and bearish fair value gap. So let's set this to, I don't know, white. Sure. Set this to white so we can make it easier on your eyes. All right, white, here we go. So bullish and bearish fair value gap, okay? Bearish looks like this. That's your bearish fair value gap right there. That's it right there. I'll show you. I'll show you where it is. It's in this area, but I'll show you where. You're probably like, fair value gap where? Whoop. Ooh. Bang. Okay. So you have a bearish fair value gap and you have a bullish fair value gap. We're gonna mark these as BISIs and SIBIs. Where should I place it? I guess I can place it right here. So this is a SIBI. Then this over here is a what? It's a BISI. See that? It's a BISI. We got a BISI and a SIBI. Do you understand, boy? Alright, but going over it now, okay? We're going to, I guess we can set it above. Sure, why not? So, let's go over SIBI first. With SIBI, aka a bearish fair value gap, or a imbalance that's created when price is going lower, analyze these candles, okay? What is the abnormality within these candles? Just take a quick look. If you said there's nothing there within this little candle's range from here to here, there's nothing like in between there. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that there's a gap there. There's too much of something there. Too much of what? Sell side, okay? And there's no buy side being offered here. So where is the fair value gap, okay? The fair value gap, the SIBI, forms, right? Like I said, it's 3 candles. That's why there's 3 candles here. From the first candle's low, okay? So right here, first candle's low, we're going to draw it. First candle's low, right? To the third candle's high. If those don't meet, the candle in the middle, I guess you can call it the middleman. That's the middleman. This is what actually creates the gap. This right here. That thing in the middle creates the gap. So we can set this as fair value gap. And that right there is your gap. Oh, wait. Human error. But that right there is your fair value gap, aka a SIBI. Well, a bearish fair value gap. Because there's so much sell side being offered. There's, like I said, the analogy earlier, there's 100% of sell side being offered to where there's a void of sell side. There's no sell side being offered whatsoever. Literally none. Simple, right? I hope it's simple. I really do hope it's simple. But going over it again, so you won't forget, and so I can train your mind to see this easily. A bearish fair value gap, aka a SIBI, forms when we have 3 candles, right? And the first candle's low, and the third candle's high don't connect. Okay, so if we add a little line right along there, so I don't know what color it's going to be. Oh my god. I don't know what color it's going to be, but if I can do... Oh, it's yellow, doesn't it? It's yellow. So I can do probably something like this just to explain it better. Right there. So this is the first candle's low, and this is the third candle's high. You see how they don't connect? So, from the first candle's low to the third candle's high, that's your fair value gap, or your bearish fair value gap, okay, or your SIBI. But if they collided, right, or if they connected, there's no fair value gap there, okay, because they connected. But if we delete this, when you have 3 candles, right, and the first and third candles low and high don't connect, in between that range from the first candle's low, right, to the third candle's high, if they don't connect, there's a fair value gap, okay? What does the second candle do? The second candle is what actually creates the gap, okay? The second candle literally creates it, okay? Understood? Okay, cool. Draw that out, and there's your what? There's your fair value gap, your bearish fair value gap. Now, BISI, okay? It's the complete opposite. BISI, okay, is literally the same thing, okay? I don't want to make it too confusing, but it's literally the same exact thing. But instead, it is literally just flipped around. Just get a cutting board and flip it around. It's the same thing, but just flipped around, literally. If you have 3 candles, right? And the first candle's high to the third candle's low, if they don't connect, take it from the first candle's high to the third candle's low. If those don't connect, there's your fair value gap. Right there. There's your fair value gap. Right there. Let's drag those up, just make it more accurate. That's your fair value gap right there. And if we include wicks in this, because we're not including wicks, bang. And bang. Okay. First candle's high. 2. Third candle's low. There's your fair value gap. Or your buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Okay? Very, very simple. Very, very simple, right? Now you can go ahead and analyze this, screenshot this, or Use whatever you need to use for it. But I hope I gave you a pretty good teaching of what fair value gaps are and the in-depth explanation of what fair value and what fair value gaps are. But I know you guys got to get going. There's stuff I got to do too. I'm recording for you guys. Stuff we got to do. But anyways, enough of me yapping. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.